Hey folks, Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin. A Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. I hope that you guys have had a great one. And this is a Raw Chicago review. But first, I'm going to plug a review from Oni Rokaku on Twitter, and I hope I got that right. Forgive me if I got that wrong. A TNA Victory Road 2011 review on YouTube. I'm going to put it on my profile. Feel free to check it out. I'm going to share the link on there. I listened to some of it while at work. I really enjoyed it, so I would recommend you guys check that out. But anyway, Raw Chicago, and one question, why wasn't this pre-taped? Like, give the people, you know, Christmas off. Now, I get it was probably a USA Network call. I don't necessarily know if it was a Vince McMahon call. But still, this really should have been pre-taped. Even if we knew the spoilers, it still would have been just fine. You could have given them another night off and just let them be with their families for a bit. Even if they had to fly out very early next morning for something, you would have been able to at least give them this day off. But whatever, that being said, the first hour was commercial free. Apparently other people had commercials. I did not. I actually had commercial free for the first hour, actually about the first 65 minutes, and that was really cool. I really liked that. I really did enjoy that. But Cena starts off Raw, okay, you know, whatever, you can't see, ba 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 ba, you know, we can't see him. We admire the scenery on Raw, and that is an excellent pun. Elias, of course, interrupts him. That was great stuff. Elias interrupting him was fantastic. Elias says, WWE stands for Walk with Elias. I am for this. That's all great. Elias is doing fantastic work. Ending 2017 with a bang. I think he's going to do great in the Royal Rumble about a month from now. Of course, Elias trolling CM Punk or whatever, just trolling, you know, trolling about the CM Punk chants or whatever, that, oh, CM Punk wouldn't have the guts to interrupt me or something like that. And that was just great stuff. And Elias and Cena had excellent banter here, and then, of course, Elias ends up attacking Cena. Leads to a match. Good stuff, but oh god, Cena has lost so many steps. Now, he has been making movies. He's not the young man that he used to be. He is beat up and all that stuff. But honest to God, 2018 needs to be the last year that Cena has in the ring. It really needs to, because he has, honest to God, lost some steps. Now, making his movies, doing his good stuff, that's fine. But he really should not be wrestling like this anymore, because he was a lot. He was way off. Now, Elias was doing fine. Elias did pretty well. I mean, there were people that were talking to me, and I'm not knocking you for saying this. They were like, oh, because it seemed like Cena wasn't doing very well, or people were even tweeting out that Cena seemed to sandbag the match. I don't think he was sandbagging the match. I think it's just age and kind of phoning it in. I mean, I'm not saying sandbagging, but kind of phoning it in, but also just age and injuries. You can only do so many great things and, you know, keep up a good pace for so long before you finally give up. And your body finally gives up. Cena did, of course, beat Elias. It was kind of out of nowhere, like really, I mean, that happened. But Elias didn't look weak in defeat at all. If anything, Elias looked like a really big star. So hopefully this does not fall on Elias, like why the match maybe ended a little flatly. And now Michael Flatley of Riverdance. Shout out if you remember that one. But this was a good opening match. I was actually really impressed with it, and the banter and everything, and Elias trolling the CM Punk chants. That was great stuff. Joe Shield recaps, of course, Seth and Jordan. Many boos for Jason Jordan. They're putting a tag team match with the Bar later in the night. And then Itami beats Cedric. The crowd was dead. The crowd was really flat for the GTS. They didn't like the GTS. Here's the thing. Itami, as Kenta, did the GTS way before your precious CM Punk did. And I'm a fan of CM Punk, obviously, wearing this t-shirt. I think CM Punk's great. I mean, even the way he left the company, I think CM Punk is great. But, guys, let it go. I mean, I know that you're not chanting for him as a way to get him back in the company. You're chanting as a way to say you're frustrated with the product. But here's an idea. Don't go then. I mean, just don't go. I mean, it's one thing to go and have fun and this kind of stuff, but Itami didn't deserve that. Kendrick didn't deserve that. Gallagher is just there, out there is just window dressing. I mean, he didn't look like he was having the most fun. We needed more Charlie on this episode, by the way. We did get Renee, and that's fine. But Itami wins quickly. Crowd didn't care. Steph recaps. I'm happy for the women getting the Women's Royal Rumble. I just don't like Stephanie. And Bo and Axel with the Merry Mizmas carols. First to Bayley, Sasha, and Mickey, and then the Goldust later. And there was some really, really good stuff that would lead into a match later. And then you had Absolution versus Sasha, Mickey, and Bayley. It was really good stuff. Sonya delivered a hell of a clothesline outside the ring to Sasha. That was really nice. Really, really good, solid pacing to it. Absolution, of course, gets the win. And it was a little bit messy, but still, Absolution got the win. At least they haven't screwed up Absolution yet like they have the Riot Squad. Because the Riot Squad losing on SmackDown was a bit eh. But that being said, hopefully these two groups are treated kind of as equals on their respective brands. But Absolution winning, certainly not bad. Mandy... Let me make this clear. Mandy is not bad in the ring. She's not great in the ring. And I don't know if she's going to get much better. Sonya is clearly the big star of the group, or the bright, shining star of the group. And then Paige, of course, the established veteran of the three. I'm just not that impressed with Mandy. Maybe she'll prove me wrong. I'm just not that impressed with her. But still, good pace. Good, good action by the women. Some great stuff. And a couple quick squashes. You had Kane demolishing Slater, and this pushed this whole thing of Rhino trying to motivate Slater and get back in the ring. You can do this. You can do this. And Slater, I cannot do this. And Slater just got drilled and beat down. That was good stuff. And then Rhino goes for the gore, and he only found the floor after Kane hit him. That was an excellent pun. Hawkins challenged somebody to end, he said he was going to end his 146, 147 match losing streak, and Balor beats him. Yeah, I mean, it was fine, and at least they're doing something with Hawkins. Hopefully this continues. And then Bo and Axel saying the Goldust, like I said, brilliant stuff. Bray... They had Bray cut a promo and everything, and then he was in the ring, and he was doing his stuff, with the lantern, and all of a sudden he blows out the lantern, and people saw that, Matt was in the ring, and Matt starts attacking Bray and everything, and chasing him off, and then does the weird, yes, yeah, I don't know if he was gargling or whatever the heck he was doing, if he was gargling with goat's blood, but hey, Matt seems to be having fun. Chicago was way on fire with the delete chance, just like the Chicago Bears playoff hopes have been deleted for the past number of years, and, the Chicago Bulls playoff chances have, especially championship, aspirations have been deleted many times. Still, that was fun. I can't say, I'm not necessarily certain about them having this clash, but it was a brief tease. Just don't blow this really before the Rumble, because you need to have it where they have this great war going into, the Rumble, maybe just the Raw before the Rumble, and then they continue it in the Rumble. And then what you have Bray and Matt face off the night after the Rumble. And then you have Sandy debut and attack them. Jeff Hardy joins Bray and Matt. And then you have a 6-man tag at Mania. I would say you include a woman on the Hardys and Bray side. But unless you're going to have somebody debut as Sister Abigail and have Nikki Cross and have that, an 8-person great war, in fact, have somebody debut as Sister Abigail. Yes, Sage Beckett or somebody, do it. Make it happen. I just had an idea. That would be a great thing to do. You have Dakota Kai be... No, don't have Dakota Kai be that. Have Sage Beckett do it. I think Sage Beckett would be perfect. Let me know in the comments who you think would be a perfect Sister Abigail if they decide to create this character. And then Cesaro and Sheamus exchanging gifts. Please stop having Cesaro talk with the mouthpiece. I can't take anything he says seriously. Maybe that's the idea. I know he has teeth damaged. Pushed up. Ow. I mean, it's ridiculous. But Cesaro, Cesaro's a great talent, but just, Ambrose is apparently out for up to 9 months. What do you want to bet that they're pushing this as a lengthy injury, and he actually is going to come back in, say, February, and they're going to have the Shield and everything, say, especially with what happened later in the tag title match. Dean say Dean comes back in the Rumble, or the night after the Rumble, and you have something, go on, and you have Dean finally turn heel, but he's only gone for like about a month and stuff like that. Maybe not, maybe he's out till after Mania, but I think it'd be perfect if they did find a way to work us. And then a lot of stuff really happened on this show. I mean, I'm not going to get too far into it, but Chicago cheering for Enzo. I hope none of your professional teams ever win a championship again because you guys are idiots for cheering for Enzo. Sorry, I mean, you know, any of you guys watching for Chicago, I don't actually hate you guys, by the way. I just want to make that clear. I just can't stand Enzo. Enzo dressed up like Santa Claus. It's a damn shame he wasn't in a chimney. He was about to be demolished. I don't care if it's Christmas. I can't stand Enzo. I'm tired of him degrading and devaluing the Cruiserweight title. But it was a Miracle on 34th Street fight. Cedric Tozawa and Mustafa Ali versus Enzo, Daivari, and Gulak. God, Gulak has just been... They have just given up on Gulak all of a sudden. Now, yeah, they're pushing this thing with Enzo and Cedric, and that's great. But Gulak, how over was he just even a week ago? And really? I mean, I hope I'm just reading too much into this, and it was just a holiday special. But please don't snuff out the candle, you know, with the flame that had Gulak. Come on, for Gulak. Gulak deserves. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Gulak deserves a big push. And Cedric versus Enzo for next week. Next week's Raw, the New Year's Day edition of Raw. If Cedric does not win the title, like if he wins by DQ because Enzo does something stupid, okay, then he gets his rematch. But if Cedric just loses clean, then just fucking scrap the Cruiserweight division. Get rid of it. Put everybody on, put half the people on Raw, half the people on SmackDown. Get rid of it because seriously, I'm sick of Enzo. And I'm trying to appreciate long-term storytelling. Enzo's not any good in the ring. If he was at least competent in the ring, I wouldn't matter. Or I wouldn't care as much. But he can't even fucking do anything in the ring. He just can't. He's a great hype man and would do well getting heat for Daivari. Gulak, even though Gulak's really good on the mic, he's good for getting heat for people that either can't talk or for people that need that extra push. And honestly, he can't. Enzo can't fucking wrestle, and I'm sick of him being Cruiserweight champion. Anyway, and you had more Enzo and Nia stuff, and a mistletoe. No, don't you dare visit this evil upon us. Alexa, thank you for saving us all. Seriously, I don't want to see this shit. Please, for the love of God, stop it. For the love of God, stop this shit. Unless it ends with Nia demolishing Enzo. There's no reason for this. None. None. None whatsoever. Then Reigns versus Samoa Joe, and it was good. It was a good match. It ended with a DQ, though, because Reigns would not stop attacking Joe and then threw the referee away. Ding, 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 ding. And then Joe beat up Joe. The Samoan named Joe beat up Samoa Joe. Hit him with the stairs, trying to hit him with a chair. It was fine. I mean, it's a way to continue the feud, I guess. Maybe Samoa Joe gets a rematch, if not next week, maybe in a couple weeks, and wins the IC title. For the love of God, please give Samoa Joe the IC title. Unless you're going to give it to Elias or something like that, give it to Samoa Joe. Reigns does not need it. We know that Roman Reigns is going to be the Universal Champion after WrestleMania 34, which we don't need and we don't want, but it is what it is. And then Bo and Axel, they got a Secret Santa in a match, and it's Braun, and I can't do the Braun voice like the Turbinator can. And by the way, you know, shout out to the Turbinator. I mean, I know it's late in the review, but I hope he's had a great Christmas and everything. Should be back for the SmackDown review tomorrow. If not, back next week for the very new year. Yeah, Bo and Axel just got destroyed. I mean, what else is going to happen? It was just a way to put Braun over. And then Alexa wished everybody a Merry Blissmas. And my God, Alexa, just adorable. Absolutely adorable. Great heel, too. And then Asuka came out. I was fine. I wasn't fine at all. I love Asuka. She's in the Rumble. She's going to be part of the Women's Royal Rumble. Great stuff. Kicked Alexa's head off. Dances a little bit. Could watch Asuka dance all day and not complain. And then you had Jordan and Rollins versus The Bar for the tag titles. It was good pace. Really, really good pace. I really enjoyed it. It did the stuff with cutting, you know, The Bar cutting off the ring. Knocking out Jason Jordan, isolating Seth Rollins and stuff like that. And then, of course, Jason Jordan ends up getting the hot tag. And after some exchanges and everything, Jason Jordan gets the win. And now, all of a sudden, Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins are the tag team champions. Now, this is just a stopping point. There's no way they remain tag team champions for long. I mean, and this has to end with Jason Jordan turning heel. So if my idea of Dean Ambrose coming back early and turning heel on Seth Rollins happens, where's that leave Jason Jordan? Because then that's going to end up with 2 heel turns, but I don't know. I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, a little bit of trivia. Shout out to WrestleRant, but he pointed out that Gable and Jordan last year won the tag team championships on the 27th of December from the Usos. I mean, that was obviously on SmackDown, but yeah, it's kind of weird. Like a year later, he suddenly wins the tag titles. It's maybe gonna last a month. They might even lose them at the Rumble. It's hard to tell. I mean, I don't know how many matches they're going to pack on the Rumble card because they're going to have 2 Rumble matches. And they're going to have the 2 main title matches. Who knows? This was a lot better than I expected, though. I will say a B. I will say a B. I was actually really entertained by this. It wasn't great by any stretch of the imagination, but for a holiday special, it's probably one of the best holiday specials WWE has done in a number of years. So anyway, we're on to SmackDown, and again, everybody, I hope you had a great Christmas, great Hanukkah, great Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. I really hope that you guys had a great one. And do you agree, do you disagree with what I said? Did you watch Raw Christmas, or did you just want to watch my review? I appreciate if you wanted to just watch the review. I mean, but I appreciate it regardless. I really appreciate the amount of views that everybody gives me. I'm nearing 75,000 views. Probably won't hit it by the end of the year, but that's okay. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. Also, it's been Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin, and I will see you soon.